Alright, YouTube, let's try this again. I just made a 20-minute video on my GoPro, had it all edited, and then somehow I deleted it. So pissed off, I don't know how the hell I did that. So now you're just gonna get the cob job on my phone. Whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys. Last video I left off, I told you that I was gonna do something with my fish finder. I planned on originally drilling holes right here. I was going to drill probably 2 of them, you know, one for the power and the transducer and then whatever else. But I chose a different route. I bought the Scotty mount thing, the platform for the Garmin, and I used that transducer arm. But anyways, what I ended up doing was, instead of drilling holes like I said, I went to, I believe, Harbor Freight or one of them stores, and I bought an ammo box. I've seen this on a lot of guys on YouTube use different ammo boxes and different ideas and blah blah blah. I originally bought one of them orange waterproof boxes from Walmart. They were like 10 bucks, and it wasn't quite big enough for what I wanted, and I didn't really want to start drilling holes into something like that. So I just ended up keeping it and use it for something else down the road. But anyways, I just bought an ammo box. I got my battery in there. I bought just like an expert power or something off Amazon. I don't know, it was like 30-40 bucks, I'm not sure, just 12 volt. And then I went and I got one of these quick connects right here, and I got them plastic. I used plastic weld to put them on there, the negative and the positive. I couldn't find one of these anywhere. Nobody sold just these, at least not that I could find, unless I was to buy a whole new charger. And I wasn't going to buy a charger just to get that. So I was out shopping one day with the kids and shit, and I came across the Power Wheel section. They sell the batteries for the Power Wheel, and they had all different type of connections and fittings and shit for the different batteries. And I opened one up and I seen that, and I was like, So I bought a couple of them because they were dirt cheap. They were on clearance for like 75 cents. So I bought the ones with the biggest cables that I could find, and I took them apart. I just cut the ends off right there, and then I went and used my own, I don't know what they're called, connections. I had a bunch of them laying around in the garage, and I just put them on there. That way, I can leave everything in here, the battery. I don't ever have to open this up, and I can just plug this in right to my charger. And then I got this little cover, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, so I got all that, and then this also holds all my extra transducer cord and stuff like that. And then I cut notches out right there and right there, and I put notches in the tops for so when I close this up, everything is sitting in there nice and pretty, and nothing's getting pinched. And now it'll give me a problem because I'm trying to show you guys something. And then it just closes up like that. It's not in there right, but anyways, I just want to show you. And then all I do is I put it back in there, and then I close the latch up. I only do one, and then there you go, she's in there perfect. And then I went and bought some electrical wrap. I bought this at Harbor Freight too. It's like $1.99 for like 20 feet or something, I don't know. And then I just wrapped it all the way to the battery like I just showed you, as far as I could. It's better than having all them loose wires hanging around. And then I put zip ties on them. I mean, it's not the greatest look, but it's better than having loose wires. I left the extra, obviously, for the Scotty transducer mount. There she goes. This mount, I do like it. It's alright. I was going to buy this or the ram mount one, which is the piece of aluminum, and you can bend it any way you like. Which probably should have bought that one because it's a lot. I mean, this is just plastic. It's not nothing crazy. But it was also cheap. You get what you pay for, I guess. And the other reason, the biggest reason I liked it is because of this. I can still use my my rod mount. But with the fish finder I bought, the Garmin EchoMap 43CV, it said that this arm was you could use it with this transducer, which it wasn't. It completely lied. So I had to make my own little version. I had to take the piece that they gave us right there, and I drilled it out and used a different nut, and then I had to cut the nut off and all that, just so I can get it to stay on there. I mean, it works, it does its job, just had to do a little bit of modifying. And I was thinking about too, the ram mount one is a lot better, and I probably would have bought that one, and I still might actually. But then just a little while ago, I was thinking, if God forbid I came flying in the shore, and it was real shallow, and this was to get caught or hit the ground, that this would probably break, versus the ram mount being mounted to this. It might actually rip my mount and my track right out, and then I don't want that. So maybe this isn't a bad idea to have the cheap plastic arm. Yeah, that's basically all I did. I was gonna drill holes like I told you, I didn't, and I'm actually completely satisfied with what I did here. I like it better because now when I want to charge it, all I do is take this out. It slides out like that. I unscrew that, and I take the bag or the box, everything, and with me to my garage or my house, or wherever it is that I'm charging it. And that's it. The fish finder is great. It's Echo Map, which is basically the same thing as the Striker, more or less. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's like a 4.3 or a 5.3, whatever it was. But it's got the preloaded maps on it, which means like the Striker didn't have. Striker has GPS, but it doesn't have the preloaded maps with the contour maps like Navionics or anything, which I used to use Navionics all the time. But now that I have this, I don't need it. I mean, and Garmin, they don't use Navionics, they use your own mapping. Personally, I like Garmin better anyways, because they've been around forever, and to me they're the standard of any type of GPS and shit like that. But I like it. It's a great fish finder. It's got the down view, clear view, whatever you want to call it, the side scan. It's got I think they call it shotgun something or whatever, quick draw mapping. So if some of the places that I go fishing, like there's a lake up here called Lake Lonely. There's no contours on there. There's no contour map. So when I put an SD card in there, I can run the whole lake in the boat because it's not that big. I mean, it's pretty big, but not huge. And then I can save it, and I created my own contour map, which is sweet. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's that. Nothing else is different. I mean, there's the mount. All the only other things I did besides that was I just bought a cheap little sponge here for when water gets in there, because I leave this on top of my work truck because I always seem to bring that fishing for whatever reason. I'm always in that. I could just use the other truck, but I'm a moron and I don't. And I just got it set up on this, that way it's not getting pushed around inside the boat and end up in the middle, and then I can never get it out. And the other thing I just figured out actually today, which I don't know how I never thought of this, is I always had this right here in my battery box turned the other way, so I could have it sitting inside these notches that I cut out. But this, I think this is going to work way better. I don't know why I never thought just to turn it around. So dumb I am. But it looks better too. So I'm probably going to do that, keep it like that. There's the trolling motor and all the stuff that I've already showed you guys. I don't plan on doing anything else to it. I mean, it's a kayak. It's not a bass boat like that. If I want to go out in the big lakes, I just take that out. But something about kayaking that just does something to me. I don't know. Well, that's the boat. I love it. It's great. Pelican Kid sent me an extra seat. Or actually, that's the new seat. That's the old one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably put it away. Save it for a rainy day. The other thing is, too, if anybody that watches this and knows anything about these trolling motors, maybe you can help me out a little bit. This thing it's a telescoping arm, and when I bought it, it said once you put this in, you can't take it back out. Well, this keeps happening to me. I don't know what the hell I did to it or what happened. I just pulled it out one day, and now it always comes out. I mean, it still works fine. It doesn't do anything to it, but it just drives me nuts that it does that, because it's not supposed to. I don't know what I did wrong. If anybody knows anything or any tricks or anything, leave it in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. But this is pretty much what my boat looks like when I go out. Other than I have all my rods in the back there. That's it. It's pretty sweet. Stand up on it. And that's it. That's the Pelican. I don't know how much more I can really explain about it. I got 5 videos about it. It's an awesome boat. As far as I'm concerned, it's probably the best boat under 1,300 bucks. To me, it is for what it is. A lot of people knock it saying, "Oh, it's slow, blah blah blah." Yeah, but you get in any boat that's meant to be standing up on, it's going to be slower. And the biggest thing is the weight. Like a lot of my friends, like, because to me this is in the same class as like the Feel Free Lure and Jackson Cudas and stuff like that. But they're so heavy, and if for somebody that's putting it in the back of a truck who doesn't have a trailer, this is a no-brainer to me. The thing's like 68 pounds. The seat's 7, I think. It's so light, and to me that was a huge thing. And the performance is great. It's really not that slow. I don't know why people keep saying it's really slow compared to like one of my buddies. He's got the Feel Free Lure 11.5 or whatever the hell it is, and his boat is slower than mine. And it's, you know what I mean. And his is they're great boats, but there was a little. I think he paid like 1,200 bucks for his or something like that, brand new. And and especially this boat now, you can buy this at Dick's for $8.99, which pisses me off because I paid like 1,200. Well, actually, no, I think a little under 1,100 bucks I paid for mine. But I also bought it when it wasn't even out yet, so that's probably why. I had it in the middle of the winter time. It was probably just hitting the market, and now you can go buy it at Dick's for, like I said, $8.50, and it's crazy. Especially for the stability wise, I can literally walk all the way to the front of my boat. I can stand right here if I want to. Like sometimes I'll do that when I'm fishing, or I can just turn around and walk to the back. It takes a little bit of practice, but even the Hobies, and a buddy of mine's got one of the Hobies, and that's obviously the Cadillac of boats. But it's you still got to get used to standing up. It's just a different type of, I don't know, but it's not like you got to get used to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not as simple as most people think. Oh, well, if you stand up, you can just stand right up on. Which, yeah, you can, but you still got to, I guess, get your balance is what I'm trying to say. It still takes a little bit of practice. And being able to just drag that thing anywhere I want, being 60 pounds. I mean, I hold it right on my arm. Or you can drag it. I was going to buy a cart for it, but I don't really need it because I don't really go anywhere where I need the cart to drag it to the woods or anything. And even at that rate, if I'm just walking through grass or the woods, I'll just drag it. Because you're not going to drag it on pavement or cobblestone or whatever. But that's the boat. That's mine. I like it. And if you guys have any questions about it or anything like that, just leave me a message in the comments and I'll get back to you. And if anybody knows any tricks about this, the arm coming out, I would like to know, please. And thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I can get some fishing videos out soon. Get to some big pike. Thanks, guys. Bye.